Thank you very much. The chair will now recognize members for 5 minutes of questioning. I now recognize myself for 5 minutes. Dr. Applegate, the USGS develops the critical minerals list, which is updated every 3 years, as you know. However, the 2020 Energy Act specifically requires the USGS to, quote, establish an analytical and forecasting capability when identifying covered minerals. Where is the USGS in developing this forecasting capability, and will forecasting metrics be incorporated when identifying the minerals on next year's updated list?
Thank you very much for that question, Mr. Chairman. And as we're developing the next list, we are focusing on the incorporation of modeling and, for example, to try to look at different scenarios and to incorporate that into the process. Now, this isn't getting us all the way to forecasting. Indeed, part of the President's budget request is to be able to really expand our capabilities instead of right now we're doing a lot of sort of one-off kinds of modeling efforts, and so we are looking to be able to expand that. So there will be additional elements that would contribute, but not full-blown forecasting.
Okay, well, I look forward to seeing what you have reflected in next year's list. Ms. Buccino, where is OSMRE on addressing the backlog of state reclamation plan amendments?
Thank you, Congressman. In terms of the review of state program amendments, we're working diligently to address those before us. We have 45 currently before us, but I'm pleased to report that since last November, we've reduced that backlog by 10%, and we're continuing to work hard to address the rest of them that are pending before us.
Okay. The AML fund, Ms. Buccino, the AML fund directs money collected from coal production to help clean up mines deserted decades ago. Additionally, the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act appropriated an additional $11.3 billion for AML cleanup on top of the revenues from ongoing coal production. However, OSMRE requires states to apply for grants from the traditional OSMRE funds and the IIJA funds separately, effectively doubling the state's office's workload. To you, does this seem like an efficient use of either state or federal resources?
Congressman, in terms of, we have actually 3 pots of money that we need to track separately. One is the fee-based AML programs, and then the additional money that you referred to, the $11.3 billion over 15 years. And then there's the third program as well, AMLR, and it is important that we keep track of those funds separately. We are consistently and constantly looking for ways to do that in an efficient as well as effective way, and in fact, we have right now pulled together a group of OSM grant specialists with state grant managers to figure out how to simplify that process as much as possible.
I think that's good news, and hopefully you get to a good resolution. Thank you. And then, Ms. Buccino, how would streamlining the AML funding request process lead to a faster remediation of abandoned mine lands and quicker environmental reclamation?
So we have the same goal, I think. Congress's intent, both in terms of passing the bipartisan infrastructure law with that additional dramatic increase in funding, as well as the fee-based program, is designed to move coal communities forward and reclaim those abandoned mine lands and turn them into productive future uses. And absolutely, making the process of getting those projects reviewed and approved as efficient as possible is the best way to get those results on the ground.
Last question. When do you expect to publish the next iteration of AML guidelines?
Well, I'm pleased to report that we've been working hard on that to get the FY24 bill guidance out, and you should expect to see that within the next couple of weeks.
Okay. I guess my time's up. I am going to yield to the ranking member for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Critical minerals